The third track on the EP is called Melancholias. It might be the most vulnerable song on the EP. I particularly wanted it to sound very gentle and very sweet, because that kind of mimics a sort of safe space where I would feel safe talking about stuff like depression. I've had this sort of vague sense of depression, anxiety mix all the way from when I was in middle school, and it's something that kind of stuck with me, and I always assumed that, oh, it's maybe some of this is just how I am. And I dangerously started to identify myself with that. And although I obviously wished it wasn't something that affected me, I also felt like, what would I be like without this? Who am I without my depression, without my anxiety? Like, what does a me like that look like? And it was kind of scary. It wasn't until very recently that I was diagnosed with dysthymic disorder, or persistent depression disorder, which kind of entails that very thing. It's a lingering depression that can also overlap with some major episodes of depression, and it lingers for so long, and you can still be quite in movement when you have this kind of depression. So it can develop into that very thing where you feel like it's just a part of you. The title Melancholias comes from a very old term for depression, melancholia, and I've always kind of felt like melancholia sounded like a flower. The idea, and then making it a plural, melancholias, it sounded like petunias. It sounded like just another flower, but one that elicited sadness, and maybe one that grew from within you. It's all you learn to see. It's things that stick with you. It's worries about nothing in particular, just a vague sense of something's wrong, something doesn't feel right. Although I've gone on and off with therapy for years, I've only kind of just recently started to really understand a lot of how it has been affecting me, and trying to let go of a lot of those things. It still hurts a lot sometimes, but it's something that I think maybe now more than ever I have hope that it will at some point be a part of my past.